and welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about language of chemistry. And this chapter is under ICSE Standard 9 syllabus. So in my previous video, I have shown a flow chart that in this particular chapter, what all basic concepts we are going to study. So before watching this video, please look into that video and understand that what all things we are going to study in this chapter. Let us start with ion. So there are two types of ion. One is positive ions and another one are negative ions. As name suggests, the positive ions are having plus sign on their top, and this shows the valency. Where only plus sign is there, it shows the 1. So that means the valency of sodium is 1. The potassium valency is 1. Magnesium is divalent and its valency is 2. But it is positive ion, so that's why we are representing it with plus 2. Plus suggests that whether this ion is positive or negative. So this ion is positive. Then 2 suggests us that what is a valency of that particular ion. This is aluminium. It is positive and its valency is 3. Now negative ions, chlorine, oxygen and nitrogen. They all are negative, so negative sign is there. Here 1 is there, that means its valency is 1. Oxygen's valency is 2 and nitrogen's valency is 3. But they are negative, so we are representing it with -2, -3, -1. If you will see that sodium and chlorine, if we will say that valency for sodium and chlorine is 1. Valency will remain same for sodium and chlorine, but the sodium is positive ion whereas chlorine is negative ion. Similarly, valency for magnesium and oxygen is 2, but magnesium is positive ion whereas the oxygen is negative ion. And similarly for aluminium and nitrogen. So from this ion, we are going to write a molecular formula. If you have any doubt that how the Na1 plus is there and Cl1 minus is there, then please check my video based on electronic configuration of standard 8. It will cover how to write electronic configuration, what is the valence shell and how we are determining valency for each and every element. If element is donating electron, it will generate positive ion. If element is accepting electron, then it will generate negative ion. If you have doubt regarding all these things, then please check my video based on this topic from the standard 8. This we have already studied in standard 8. So from this, we are going to form a compound. So the first step is ions, second is compound. So how we are going to write a compound from this two ion? So how we can write a molecular formula from two different ions? Suppose I have Na plus and Cl minus. Its valency is 1, its valency is 1. Na's valency is 1 and Cl valency is 1. So with cross multiplication, I am going to write it here NaCl. One more example, aluminium and Cl. Aluminium is positive and Cl is negative. So aluminium's valency is 3, whereas Cl's valency is 1. So by crisscross method, we are multiplying this and we are going to write a molecular formula, that AlCl3. So if you have any doubt regarding this is just a recapitulation of what we have studied in standard 8. Then please check my video based on how to write a molecular formula. All the links of this videos have been given in the description. Please check those, and if you have still any doubt, do write in a comment or do write us in an email given in the description. So far we have studied that from the ion through their valencies we have formed a compound. Then there are so many compounds that we can form. So if you are thorough with your element symbols, their valencies, their atomic number, then very easily you can write a molecular formula. You can write a compound name, or from the compound name you can write a molecular formula, or from the molecular formula you can write a compound name. So till now we have seen that how we can write a molecular formula from the ions. So what is our molecular formula? Whatever we are writing a molecular formula, in turn we are writing a molecular formula for a particular compound. So if we are talking about compound, then let us discuss the characteristic of compound. What is a compound? So this characteristic of compound we will understand with a very basic compound, H2O. With reference to H2O, we will try to understand the characteristic of compound, or you can say the characteristic of H2O. This characteristic will impose to all compound and whatever compound is existing. So the compounds are pure substance. When they are made, that is different that if some effluent is or some impurity is mixed with that. We are not talking about that. When we are making a compound, when the compound is there, it is a pure. It is a pure substance. All the compounds are pure. Then second, it is made with 2 or more elements. If you will see here, how many elements are there? First, hydrogen is there and oxygen is there. There are so many other compounds which are made with 2 or 3 elements. So here our compound is made with hydrogen and oxygen. So there are 2 elements which has made this compound. So the second characteristic of compound is it is made with 2 or more elements. It is combined in a fixed proportion. If we are talking about water, then the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is fixed. The 2 atoms of hydrogen will mixed with 1 atom of oxygen, and this proportion is fixed. If you will write H2O2 or HO2, then that is not our water. That can be another compound. Maybe it is existed, but that is not a water. So if you are particularly talking about one specific compound, then it has to be combined in fixed proportion. All the compounds are in fixed proportion. It is homogeneous. They are mixed well. For example, you cannot differentiate that this is this molecule, this is this molecule. It is homogeneous, evenly mixed. Physically, you cannot take out anything out of it. So they are homogeneous. Earlier we have seen this heterogeneous and homogeneous. Those things also can be applied to a mixture. But when we are talking about compound, they are chemically mixed. It is not a mixture. They are chemically mixed and you cannot segregate it with any physical matter. You need to have some chemical process, then only you can take out any atom or molecule out of it. Then last one is it has a definite set of properties. Each and every compound shows some particular properties. They have some fixed melting points, some fixed boiling points, they show some physical characteristic, they show some chemical characteristic. So they have some definite set of properties. So these are the characteristic of compound, and it is very easy. There are 5 basic main characteristic of compound.